This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Baby's crying, that's normal, but if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to step away. Never shake a baby. Shaking can kill, and 1 in 4 don't survive. Survivors often face permanent brain damage. Learn more and give today at nevershakemn.com.
Please take that message to heart. Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's Tenna B. Hour number 2 starts with 534.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1.
We're gonna win, Twins, we're gonna score.
It's now time to delve deep into Twins territory.
Crack out a home run, shout a hit, hooray! Cheer for the Minnesota Twins today.
Derek Shelton will become the 15th manager in team history. Shelton coached for the Twins under both Paul Molitor and Rocco Baldelli. He was the manager for the Pittsburgh Pirates for 6 seasons, recording a record of 306 and 440. Common, your thoughts?
So by that logic, Nolan Ryan, this is Matt from Little Falls, longtime listener to the program. You and I have met him up in Brainerd before when we were doing a broadcast up there. Talking about, load management and, Jordan. He was the one that said it was hypocritical for Jordan to say that. He goes, so by that logic, Nolan Ryan would be pitching over 300 innings every year if he was playing today. It's the same logic. And these no way anyone is letting a pitcher throw 300-plus innings in this era. It's not because they can't, it's they're not allowed to because, A, the money that's invested in the pitchers, plus all they try to do is throw as hard as they can for as long as they can. They don't pitch anymore. They don't pitch, they throw. There's a big difference. Leave the baseball and basketball methodology to the professionals, and that would be me. The Shelton guy, you mentioned his record, right?
Yeah.
And it's not all on the manager. I mean, it's like, what's that cliche I like using about you can't make a silk purse out of a cow's ear or something like that.
What about mountain out of a molehill?
Mountain out of a molehill. You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. If you have if the ownership group doesn't provide you with enough quality players, it's hard for anybody to manage a team. And to you can maybe milk a little bit more out of them, a handful more wins than some other manager. So I don't even know if the Shelton character is a bad manager. He's probably fine. Again, you've heard me say you don't get to be a quarterback at the NFL, even a backup, if you're not pretty good at what you do. You don't get named a manager of a baseball team if you're a big league baseball team if you're not a good baseball guy and understand the game. But it certainly doesn't. It doesn't move the needle, I think, at all in any way, shape, or form with most Twins fans or anybody really. I mean, and he might be fine, and I'm not against the move. Because I don't think it matters much who manages a team in which the ownership doesn't really invest a whole heck of a lot into the franchise. It doesn't seem to me so. More power to him and good luck to him, but it's going to be a what do we call that? A tough row to hoe.
Row the boat?
Yeah.
Question number 2.
All Vikings, let's win this game. You'll hear us yell for more.
It's now time to take an in-depth look at the state of the skull.
We're less than 1 week away from the NFL's trade deadline. Common, should the Vikings be buyers, sellers, or stand pat?
Oh, I would, if anything, I would sell. I mean, I'd like to believe that McCarthy steps that our 2 offensive linemen are maybe back for good because we don't know yet if they're starting, right? Have they said anything? Is Darisaw and McNeil?
Darisaw practiced yesterday, but we'll, I guess, see the report at some point during the show today.
If they were both to play and could stay healthy, And maybe McCarthy's better than he's looked in the first 2 games. Could make it interesting. But we talked yesterday about how tough the schedule is. The defense just hasn't been performing at the level they have the last couple of years. So standing pat, I guess, would be okay. But I would rather... I hate to be negative. I don't think the team's making postseason play this year. I just don't think they are. So I would be sellers and try to unload some hefty contracts is what I would do. But then again, that's just me.
2 names I saw thrown out at ESPN.com today of potential sellers for the Purple. One would be running back Aaron Jones. Obviously, he's getting up there in age. Has had some injury stuff. And not sure what his future is with the Minnesota Vikings. So I guess if you could try to sell him to a contender, and I don't know how much you'd get for him at this stage. And then another guy I don't know how much you get for would be Ivan Pace, were the 2 names I saw them throw out as who the Vikings should sell.
Yeah. And you're right. I don't know. What do you get, a 6th rounder?
Sure.
7th?
Late draft, yeah.
Better than nothing, but yeah, I think.
But Ivan seems to have found his way to the bench now that cash in, cash out is healthy, and it seems like Eric Wilson has usurped Ivan Pace in the lineup.
It does seem that way.
Question number 3. And now it's time for the 7th inning stretch.
The Toronto Blue Jays are 1 win away from a World Series championship after beating the Dodgers 6-1 last night in L.A. Toronto leads that series 3-2. L.A.'s first 4 hitters, Shohei Ohtani, Will Smith, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman, went to combined 1 for 15 with 8 strikeouts last night. Common, why is the Dodgers' offense dried up?
Well, it's last night. It was the rookie. The kid's just been spectacular. I looked for his name pronunciation, and I found it. Now I forget what it was. Is it Tri-Savage? Tri-Savage? What's his name, Timmy? Do you have it there? What's the name of the kid's name again? It's about the pitch. That's the story. It's about the pitcher. It's not about the hitters. It's about how well this kid is pitching. He is the story to me of the.
Trey Yesavage? He's the story. If you look at, World Series 2025.
Here's where's the highlight story of the kid last night? Damn, I should have saved it. I knew it. I was going to talk about it. Now until I find it, I'm going to get really annoyed. What's his name again?
Trey Yesavage.
Trey Yesavage. Why won't it just give me a story about the kid's performance last night? That's all I want to hear. Here it is. Trey Yesavage is a new place in baseball history. Toronto Blue Jays have a 3-2 World Series lead. Behind a World Series rookie record 12 strikeouts, the Blue Jays cruise to another 6-1 win over the Dodgers. The night belonged to Yesavage, who was drafted last season, began 2025 at Low A Dunedin, and didn't make his major league debut until mid-September. The Dodgers offense was struggling before Wednesday, but Yesavage outright dominated LA in Game 5. He struggled in Game 1 mainly due to lack of feel for a signature splitter, instead leaning on a slider that can come and go. Both pitches worked to a monstrous degree in Game 5, with the Dodgers whiffing 14 times on 29 swings against the slider and 7 times on 10 swings against the splitter. Overall, Yesavage worked an outstanding 44% whiff rate. Here's what manager John Schneider said. Historic stuff. It's one thing to be in the zone, and it's another thing to be in the zone and get some swing and miss. Slider and splitter were electric. I said it before the game. It's a different pitcher when he has his stuff. Game 1 didn't have a feel for his split, so kind of blown away at what he did. He struck out every Dodger in a revamped starting lineup. They were trying to mix it up a little bit. at least once. He struck out each one at least once. And as you mentioned, the four hitters that struggled, their 2, 3, and 4 hitters, he struck them out 2 times each. Savage said, "It's a crazy world. Hollywood couldn't have made it this good. So just being part of this, I'm just very blessed." So you're right. They are struggling. This wasn't the first game that the lineup struggled. But this kid is just, I just love the story, and that's, he out-dueled a 2-time Cy Young Award winner last night. So if you want to be a Pohlad pocket protector and see what having really expensive pitchers does for you, well, what it does do is it gets you into the World Series. But sometimes when it just push comes to shove, it just one night, if one kid's got it and 2-time Cy Young Award winner doesn't, then you get a result like you did last night. So it was tend to be when Game 3 was the 18-inning game and Freddie Freeman hit the walk-off home run, there was conversation, and I get it. It's the easy story. Well, the Blue Jays are going to be heartbroken, and they're just going to go quietly into the night. They did not. They roared back and won 2 in a row. Now, I wouldn't count the Dodgers out, but it's looking awfully good for the Blue Jays. That's 534.
That's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually, 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Leading into the break, Tennessee has a keyword. Try to put a grand in someone's hand with a national cash contest. Then Rosie and Deuce join us at 1:30 for Spread Swing.
Yeah, the fan and 2 men in a junk truck want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Just enter the keyword bank at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. The keyword is bank. Enter now at KFAN.com. Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Brad, Sean, Brian text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
Rosie and Deuce, who I created from my loins, not Rosie, but Deuce, join us at 1:30. That's the next segment for a Spread Swing, and there's been some major developments and changes in Spread Swing. You want to be listening for that. We were talking...
shocking developments is what I would call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've talked more baseball today than we have probably in the last 10 years combined, and I'm about to talk a bit more about it. I talked about this story that I stumbled across. I talked about it yesterday. I stumbled across it a couple days ago. We all know, and as good as Ohtani is, I don't think he'd be a fit with the Twins. I think that's been established, right? Would you agree with that? I mean, I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, where would he fit in this lineup?
I don't know where you'd put him in the lineup. You'd put him at designated hitter. I mean,
I always love that one.
Our starting staff is so deep, I don't know where you'd find a place for him to start. Well, but Ohtani was brilliant in the NLCS series clincher, where he hit 3 home runs and then struck out. He was also pitching. He struck out 10 Brewers in the series clinching victory. Then he made more history this past Monday, homered twice, and tied a 119-year-old Major League record with 4 extra base hits in that 18-inning victory over the Blue Jays. Ohtani also drew 5 consecutive walks, making him the first Major Leaguer in 83 years to reach base 9 times in any game, let alone the postseason. A lot of other major stars in sports are extolling the virtues of Ohtani. Here's what Pat Mahomes said. To be able to be that dominant, pitching the ball, throwing 100, and then going and hitting home runs and changing the outcome of the game, it wasn't like it was a blowout, like every home run was needed. It's remarkable. And like he's top at both sides of the ball. He's one of the best pitchers in the league, also if not the best, and one of the best hitters in the league, top 2 with him and Judge. Kevin Durant says, he's a freak of nature. He's changing sports in general. It's kind of crazy, this era of players, so many unique players in every sport. It's just incredible to be watching sports. And Ohtani is one of those guys who's going to be a legend, one of the greatest all time, arguably the greatest of all time when he's done playing. Here's what Deion Sanders said. He's great. He's not good. He's great. You hate to say once in a lifetime, but it'll be decades before another player comes along like that. Dak Prescott of the Cowboys said, I'm a huge Ohtani fan. One is just, you can't even do that on the video game. That's what I always go to play. That's what I always go to because I play MLB, the shot. I'm trying to create a pitcher who can do both, and I'm like, I don't understand why they won't let me do it when Ohtani is doing it. You go 10 strikeouts in 6 innings and 3 for 3 with 3 home runs and a walk. Bro, it's amazing. Bro, dude, bro, it's amazing. Here's what Megatron said. Now, Megatron was a standout baseball player at Sandy Creek High School in Tyrone, Georgia, before he played football at Georgia Tech and for the Lions. The now 40-year-old was a pitcher and center fielder and said he received an offer from the Dodgers while in high school to pursue professional baseball. Do you think he wishes he would have made that decision instead of going to Detroit? No! I think he probably used the day. He decided to eschew Dodger blue for Honolulu blue. Here's what he said Monday. The dominance he displays at the plate and on the mound is a trail set ablaze. I can't wait to see who follows because I know he's inspiring pitchers everywhere to step it up at the plate. And then the women's basketball coach for Stanford, Tara Vanderveer, she wrote in a text, I will admit I'm not a big baseball fan, but what he has done is incredible. I will watch when he is pitching just to see excellence, but I'm cheering for the Blue Jays. So she had to let her, who she was cheering for, be known as well. And you know, what Megatron said about inspiring pitchers to be able to hit the ball like Ohtani. And that's why it is I guess, a freak of nature, for lack of a better term, because it just doesn't happen that a pitcher, pitchers don't even, what I've been told as well, traveling teams are only allowed so much batting practice time before a game, so you can't let your pitchers take batting practice. Mm-hmm. And pitchers are so focused on pitching. And, of course, in the American League, where they had the DH since, was that 1973, I think Major League Baseball started the DH. Can you look that up? I think it was 1973. The National League didn't come around until, it's just been the last 4 or 5 years that the National League has done it, right? National League continued to have a pitcher hit.
1973 for American League. National League officially dropped the rule in 2022, though. I think they also used it in 2020 during the COVID. Okay. As the one season exception.
So the National League finally came around, and I think nobody wants to watch a pitcher flail away and swing at 3 pitches. I don't know how they can become so bad at hitting, because you know how I quoted from Josh Minot, the kid for Boston. Where did he come from? Kid's a great player. I wish the Wolves could find a player like that. But Minot was saying what I've always said. Every guy in the NBA was a star on their high school team, their college team, everywhere, leading scorer. Once you get to the pros, not everybody can do that. You have to find your own role. For him, it's rebounding and playing defense and scoring a little bit and setting people up. And he's off to a real nice start in a full-time role. But in baseball, because you're specialized, but all those pitchers, Tim, Megatron's a prime example. He was, not only was he a great pitcher, he was a great hitter as well. And most of these, I would guarantee you, without even knowing, every one of these pitchers in the big leagues, all of them, were outstanding hitters when they were in high school. So I don't know how you can lose it that quickly. And basically, when you watch those pitchers up at the plate, It actually almost looks like they're doing it on purpose, swinging as badly as they do. It's awful, and you wonder how it can get to be that bad. I did like the no DH rule just because it made managers manage a little bit more. And then you have to make a decision. I know we're in a 2-1 game, and my pitcher's been lights out, but I got a runner at third with 2 outs, and my pitcher's coming up. I need that run, and so you have to make a decision. Do you let your pitcher hit? Or do you go ahead and try to score that run? And I did like that part of the game, but it's probably better that they have DHs. But Ohtani is.
I didn't like watching the pitchers hit though.
That's what I'm saying because they swung so foolishly. Yeah. But I still like the strategy. To me, the strategy was more important than watching the hitters than the pitchers, and that's where it's like, well, then have your pitchers take a little batting practice. They can do it on the home field. Have them work on it.
I still remember in the 91 World Series, Tom Kelly had to pinch hit Rick Aguilera. They were in extra innings, and there was like 2 outs, runners on base, and they had to pinch hit Rick Aguilera for their pitcher because Aguilera was a better hitter, and he actually hit it close to the warning track. He actually hit a decent shot.
Those were the days, my friend. We'll break. We'll come back. Other side of the break, Rosie and Deuce join us for Spread Swing. Pass, Common Man program. I'm Common. He's 10B. The legendary Mark Rosen is with us as well.
Good afternoon.
And I think looks like 10B is on the phone. Deuce is locked and loaded, which means it's time for
Spread Swing.
Other than Peek at the Purple and Wheel of Topic, this is my favorite segment of the week.
What about Rock Rank?
I forgot.
No.
Rock Rank. We welcome Deuce into the conversation. How are you, me boy?
I'm doing hanging in there. I'm finishing some stuff up at work, and then I'm going to hit the road and take I-35 and I-80 down to Lincoln, Nebraska. It's going to be a good weekend.
I see your head coach has signed an extension there, Mr. Matt Rule.
Now, what do you think, Dad? What do you think of that? Dad was saying Matt Rule's off to Penn State. He's gone. Your program is going to go from bad to worse. Now, what do you think of Matt Rule?
What I'm thinking is why are you going to Lincoln again? I mean, haven't you had enough of that place? Why are you going?
I wasn't thinking I'd.
Why are you going to? I still don't understand. Why are you going to Lincoln this weekend?
Because one of my roommates from last year is going to be in town, and he is doing his year of MPA, Master's Professional Accountancy, whatever it is. He's doing it down in UGA, so he's down in Georgia, and he doesn't come up very often, so he'll be in town, and I wanted to see him, hang out with the girlfriend, and just go to the football game.
It's a Saturday night game, right?
Big time win.
It's a Saturday night game,
yeah,
right?
Night game.
Who they play?
We'll play the jabronis of USC, so it should be a fun match. It's going to be they're going to be in the blackout jerseys, and it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. I'm excited.
Those California jabronis is what they are. You know that.
They ain't
going to
know what hit them.
Why don't we go ahead and play a little spread swing? Tell me where
Lots
are we
of changes.
Really?
An NFL spread swing, the only one who's staying in their same spot. That would be the Common Man, Dan Cole. Going into last week, by the way, Common, you had 61 points. Rosen in second with 19.5. I was in third with -4. Deuce was in last with -14.5.
What a loser.
Common, you remain in first place. You didn't have your Detroit game to lean on this week. They had a bye. You had Pittsburgh -3 against the Green Bay Packers. Excuse me, +3 against the Green Bay Packers. They lost by 10. So you did lose 7 points on that. But you did gain it back on the Monday night affair between KC and Washington. You had the Chiefs -12.5, but they won by 21. So you did gain 8.5 there. So on the week, you gained 1.5 points. You're now up to 62.5 points. You want to know who's in second place now?
Well, it must be you.
No.
Well, then how about Mark Rosen?
Not Mark Rosen.
How about Meat Sauce?
Probably for the first time in NFL spread swing history.
How about Dan Barrera?
Deuce is in second place. Now, what do you think? What do you think of that?
Wow.
Tell him my points, Jenna.
After getting 30 points last week, he responded with an even better week this week. He had Denver -3 against Dallas, and they won by 20, so he gained 17 there. He had the Superchargers -3 against our Vikings. KOC couldn't take Carson Wentz off the field.
Right.
So they lost to the Chargers 37-10. So he got 24 points there. So he got a total of 41 points on the week.
Wow.
All of a sudden, Deuce is in second place. At 26.5 points.
First time in the, oh my goodness, in the black.
Yeah, go ahead and laugh at that, old man.
We also have... well, I guess I'm not new to third place. I'm staying in third place. I'm going to remain in third place. I had two good games as well. I had Tampa Bay -3.5 against New Orleans. They won by 20, so I gained 16.5. I thought Lamar Jackson was going to start, so I took Baltimore -6.5 against the Bears. Lamar didn't start. That line actually moved to 1.5, which is not good for me. Yet somehow I still won points out of this because the Ravens won 30-16. I gained 7.5 points.
What about your theory that Vegas knows everything?
Yeah.
That's what you said. Vegas must know he's starting.
I was wrong.
Yes.
But I had a positive week. I go from -4 to 20 points. So I'm now in third place. And in last place.
I had that
would be
up and down.
Mark Rosen.
Thanks, Atlanta.
Who had Atlanta -7.5 against the Dolphins. They lost by 24.
To the Dolphins?
And Rosen said he thought the
loser-proof.
It was the double-digit win for Atlanta. Yeah. I don't even know why the head coach is still in Miami. Blah blah blah.
I know.
It was brilliant.
Well, I mean, look at Atlanta. They ran all over the Vikings. Maybe that tells you something about where the Vikings defense is. I know.
So Rosen lost 31.5 points.
Oh,
now,
my
fortunately,
God.
he gained up a bunch on the other one. He had Buffalo -7 against Carolina. They won by 31, so he gained 24. But on the week, still lost 7.5 points. He's down to 12. So Common's in the lead with 62.5. Deuce is in second with 26.5. I'm third with 20. Rosen's in fourth with 12. I think it's the first time ever all four of us have been in the black.
I think you're right.
We have great football minds.
So the order all of a sudden is Rosen.
Hey, yeah.
Rosen, Tenneby, Deuce at third. Never had this happen before. And Common will be in the driver's seat. Are you guys ready?
I think so.
Spread swing.
Can you hear the music, Deuce?
Not really. Not particularly.
Last week with Brett Blakemore, he could hear it every time. So it's something Tenneby's doing.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just leaving the board the way it always is. Rosen, you're first.
Well, the hell with Atlanta. They disappointed me mightily, and they bottomed out. They had to put Kirk O'Chains in the game, and he did nothing. Now they have to go to New England, to face the red-hot Patriots and Drake May. Great rush defense that the Patriots have, against Atlanta's only strength that they have left in that team, and that's running the football. New England's only 5.5-point favorites at home against Atlanta. So I believe in the Patriots. I believe in Drake May, and I believe that New England will get back and thrash that team that let me down last week. So I will go with the Pats -5.5.
Oh my gosh, above average at that.
Spread swing.
Let's go back to that well one more time, huh? Except for this time, I get Lamar Jackson tonight. Thursday Night Football. Baltimore Ravens are favored. The 2-5 Baltimore Ravens favored by 7.5 points at Miami. I'm still not going to believe in Miami. I think last week was more of a one-hit wonder. They still have.
That's what you want to believe.
They have a bottom. They have a bottom 5 run defense in the National Football League. Baltimore, I think, kind of figured out the formula a little bit last week without Lamar Jackson. Hey, we got to be a running team. We got to get Lamar. We got to get Derrick Henry the ball. He scored 2 tutties. Now you're going to get Lamar back. He's going to run the ball tonight. And I also think that Baltimore defense started to figure it out a little bit last week. The last 2 weeks they've been a lot better. So I think they are reinvigorated after not having the ping pong tables to play with anymore. And they are going to absolutely destroy the Miami Dolphins tonight. I'll take Baltimore -7.5. Do we need to sing the music for Deuce?
Or figure out how to fix
Spread
it.
swing.
I mean, Brett Blakemore did it.
Well, this is a position. I remember Dan Campbell in one of those earlier games that Dad and I were watching. He said this position is not abnormal for us. This position is very abnormal for me. I'm kind of at a loss here because my first pick got sniped, and usually I don't have to worry about my first pick getting taken away. I think that I'm going to look outside the window here at my Arden Hills office and see pigs flying. But I think I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. They're coming off of a cat nap. They had a bye week last week. And now that I say that, I think Vegas had one too. But I just think Jacksonville is by far and away a better team than the Las Vegas Raiders. The Jaguars will have to go on the road, but I think they are a much more well-put-together football team than the Raiders. I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think 3 points is a bargain, so that's who I'm taking, -3, Jaguars.
He's pronouncing that incorrectly, isn't he not?
It's Jaguar.
Yeah, it's Jaguar.
Jaguars.
The Jaguars. Yeah, of course.
Spread swing.
The year of the cat.
What a surprise.
Well, I'm stuck with them every week.
I know you are.
It's a disadvantage that
They win for you most
that I
weeks.
have to deal
They
with.
pretty much do.
Not always.
They'll get you 40.
Do you remember
I would
that?
actually take Detroit this week
Do
if
you,
you.
do you remember that first game of the season?
Yeah.
When they played the
Green Bay Packers.
They played the Green Bay Packers. That didn't do me very good.
Rare.
Lions are coming off of a
According to my calculations, Detroit has earned you 42 points this year overall.
Yeah, well, this year, but that's not always.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, I've been hamstring by them. I'm so confident, though, that
Whoa!
I will do the daily double with the Motor City Kitties.
Wow. First one of the year, I
They're
think.
8.5-point favorites. This is a pick your score for the Lions. They're coming off a bye week. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders. Their Legion of Whom defense held Baker Mayfield and company to 9 points at the litter box or at the litter box again. McCarthy's starting only his third game ever in his first game in 5 weeks. The defense is a mess. Yeah, they could circle the wagons, I guess, and say this is it. We need to make a stand here, but I think the Lions will overwhelm the Vikings, and so I will take the Lions.
I like that pick.
I will daily double it as well.
I have a hard time believing the Vikings are going to be within one score on this one.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good pick.
Thank you.
Spread swing.
And I've said before, if we want to put the Lions up for everybody, we can. But you guys all have said you think it's a good bit, so we'll just keep it going.
My turn?
Your turn. Yeah, you're first.
Well, I got to believe in them now. I mean, I think they're for real. I'm talking about Danny Dimes and the Indianapolis Colts.
It took you this long to realize that for real?
Well, I mean, and so much that Pittsburgh, Indy's averaging 33 points a game. The Steelers' defense has a bunch of gaping holes that just don't seem to be able to get fixed. I know the game's at Pittsburgh, and they got a rabid home crowd, blah, blah, blah. And Indy hasn't, this thing really been tested. But I think this is a week where they're going to show their wear and prove that they're going to be one of the teams to beat in the AFC and continue on their playoff run. So I will take Indy with that running game of theirs, their overall game, that great offensive line of theirs to demoralize the Steelers at home in front of the steel curtain. -3. I will take the Colts.
By the way, Rosie, I just realized because you went against the Colts 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And I
did.
I calculated your score wrong in that one. So you actually have less points. You have less points.
What?
You're closer to 0
right
points.
now. You know what? It's like Will Reichard hitting the wire. You can't change.
I'm gonna have to go back and recorrect that one.
You can't change it once it's happened. The NFL says it didn't hit anything. Okay, sorry. Anyway, whatever.
Spread swing.
I'm actually going to go against somebody else's pick here thus far. And I'm feel even better about it because Deuce said he got sniped on it. I'm going on the other side of Atlanta, New England.
Wow.
New England's favored by 5.5. I'm taking Atlanta.
Really?
Plus 5.5.
Okay.
Couple reasons. One, it looks like both Michael Penix Jr. and Drake London, best quarterback, top quarterback and best wide receiver for Atlanta, will be back in this game.
Okay. That
was a big reason why they had the meltdown versus the Miami Dolphins. I do think New England's a good team. I'm not convinced they're a great team. They've had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. Mm-hmm. They've won 5 in a row. 4 of those games have been against teams that are combined 8-24 this season.
Yeah. Not their fault.
And what New England does well is Drake makes big plays downfield. Atlanta is one of the best in the NFL at limiting big plays of 20-plus yards or more. Also, Drake May is better against man-to-man defense than he is against zone. Atlanta primarily plays zone defense. I'm taking the Dirty Birds plus 5.5 against the New England Patriots.
I'd like that you take the segment seriously and do your research.
Thank you.
Rosen is basically not even part-time anymore. He just looks at he just sees Drake Mays. They're 6-2, and that Atlanta cost him, so he just immediately takes.
I talked about
New England.
Indy averaging 33 points a game. I mentioned that, and a couple other ones as well. I did my research.
Another team that's played a soft schedule.
Yeah.
I know that's true. Well,
but they're destroying everybody, so we're part of them. Deuce is up next. Spread swing.
Kind of be after that pick, I've got to ask you, do you have your scuba gear ready? Do you have your goggles and your oxygen tank?
Wow.
You are about to plummet to Mariana Trench-like levels.
Wow, think about it.
Listen
to Deuce talking trash.
Yeah,
smack now.
All of a sudden he's feeling confident.
And all of a sudden he thinks he's like Chuck Edel.
His record is still
Greek.
His record is still 4-12 against the spread this season.
You guys need to understand that I have a very thorough understanding of the National Football League. I've only won 4 games, but what place am I in? I don't think Tennessee and Rosie can say a whole lot to me. And I don't think anyone in the NFL can say anything to the Chiefs. As much as I hate to say it, I think they're going back to the big game. Maybe they'll win it, maybe they won't, but I don't think anyone in the AFC can contend with the Kansas City Chiefs. I was thinking about even taking the Steelers because I think the Colts are fraudulent, but I don't like that point spread. I don't think there's hardly any points in it at all. I do think that Kansas City could separate themselves from Buffalo by at least a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns. I think Kansas City is the real deal. They're back. And I know weeks ago they were saying that in the building they felt better about this team at 3-3 than they did for the team last year that had a much better record earlier in the season. And I think Kansas City will roll in Buffalo. I know it's a tough place to play over at Orchard Park. But I'm a believer in the Chiefs, and as much as it makes me physically ill, I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs minus 2 points on the road.
That's all, folks.
That it? Got any more to say about that game?
Spread swing.
Oh, is it my turn?
You're it. You're the cleanup spot.
Looking at it for the first time. That research you did.
I like how I literally give this to you at noon. You can look during commercial break. Look while we're talking.
I'll take Denver.
Denver plus what? Denver plus 1.5.
Yeah, no explanation. At Houston. I just like Denver.
Houston.
I just like Denver.
Okay.
I like the Mile High Club. And I love, how are you guys about retro uniforms? I do like the Broncos.
Oh, way better. Even the Eagles had like their Kelly green on.
Deuce likes that.
They should always wear those.
Yeah.
They're way better than the current jerseys.
I don't like the modern logo for Denver. I like the old one.
Yeah,
I thought that was better.
Craig Morton.
Yeah, very much.
More orange, too.
Break up church.
Deuce, have safe travels because I won't see you until then. Oh, and by the way, can you try to get up a little earlier than normal? He said, he'll be home in time for the Lions-Vikings second half.
What?
Dude, you got to get up and leave town at 5 a.m. to be home for the game. Hello?
I'm not going to miss much. It's going to be a rout.
Yeah. Wow.
I know JJ's back. Come on, man. Defense is back.
Have safe travels.
Yeah.
Have safe travels. I'll look for you in the stands. I'll be watching Saturday night when the Cornhuskers take on the Jabronis.
Take care.
See you, Deuce.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet. Take care. Drive careful, please. That's Spread Swing. Short break. Come back. Another hour to go with Mark Rose here on the Common Man program on the Fan.